Hello, I'm Asad Ahmed. The boom in cycling in recent years, both in and around London, has led to a spike in violent bike robberies. Pressure is growing for the Metropolitan Police to do more to tackle the problem, while some victims have told us it's been enough to put them off using a bike. Here's our transport correspondent, Tom Edwards.
Jen is a former pro cyclist. She's been attacked twice just outside London by men on mopeds who were after her bike. She had narrow escapes both times. She no longer rides alone, and it has left her traumatised.
I suffered from PTSD. I've had therapy, and I deem myself to be in a good place now. But I still can't ride and wouldn't feel safe to, and I actually don't think in reality it is safe to ride from my house out into the lanes, or, from what I'm discovering, even into central London anymore.
Regent's Park in central London is popular with cyclists. It's also a hotspot for violent attacks that are happening here regularly. A survey by the local club here showed that nearly 90% of members felt unsafe, and it obtained figures from the Met showing there had been over 700 bike thefts involving violence or the threat of violence across London in the last year. Julian was beaten up by a gang and had his bike stolen in Clapton in East London.
It was terrifying. I didn't enjoy it. I still have vivid recollections of it. And the guys that targeted me came up behind me. They'd seen me leaving the address where I live, and then followed me up behind in the park, and one had punched me. The second followed through with spraying my eyes with bleach, and the third one, when I was on the ground, stole my bicycle.
And do you think you were targeted?
Yes, I do, yeah. Only on the spur of the moment, but they were guys who were going to do their job, which was to steal bicycles.
Campaigners say there has been a big rise in attacks on cyclists recently.
We need the Met Police to step up. You know, we've really got to prioritise this. We've got to put some funding into it. We know where these things are happening. We know the locations. So we've got to prioritise. They've got to coordinate across the boroughs and really nip this in the bud before the gangs that are probably doing this get control of the situation.
The Met Police says the vast majority of bike journeys happen without incident, but it says it's doing all it can to prevent robberies and thefts targeted at cyclists. But those beaten up for their bikes will need some convincing it's safe in the capital to cycle alone. Tom Edwards, BBC London.